we recording?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
God, I hope not.
Yeah.
We are?
Oh, we're up.
This
Recording,
is
yeah.
already the worst podcast ever. Are you done?
You're about to get desk popped.
Pop it all. Don't think, just go. Here we go. Do it, yes.
Welcome, everybody, to the Parts Room Podcast presented by Exodus 4x4. And it just 8 months of nothing, not even a VIN number, and I was pissed. And so I canceled it. And the dealership's like, hey, well, we have another one coming in that's actually a Lux package. You know, it's in rapid red. It's not exactly the same Bronco you wanted, but, you know, we'll sell it to you for MSRP. And I was like, oh, yeah, hell yeah, I'll take that. And then literally, as the thing is probably about to show up here at the dealership, I think it was set to arrive December 22nd is what it said. The ETA was, and it was in shipment, and they come back and they said, oh, by the way, we're gonna have to add a $10,000 ADM to that $60,000 Bronco. And I was like, no, I mean, you didn't even pay that much, right, for a first edition? Close,
62.9. Yeah. 62.
Yeah, I mean, I think the one that the MSRP was almost 61,000 on this one. It wasn't a first edition, but damn. And I was just like, hell no, man, I'm not going to pay that. I went to the Bronco pages. I told my dealer to kick rocks. I want to buy a spark plug from you. That's a nice way of saying it. But yeah, I was like, dude, if I'm going to pay an ADM, I'd rather pay a human being an ADM, not some greedy ass dealership. So I went to the Facebook pages, and actually somebody had invited me on Facebook to, I forget who it was, but thank you for doing that. I found a 21-year model Bronco, Outer Banks red. Guy in Alabama selling it for $6 over MSRP, and actually he hadn't even taken possession of it yet. He works at a dealership, and it showed up Thursday, so I bought it. And so here's my cashier's check, Tony, right here. So I'm going to fly out tomorrow, and I'm going to get this stupid thing, which is, again, that's the great thing about the Jeep is there's so many different things. There's so many different ways to build them. And over time, there's going to be more and more options for them. Right now, the Bronco doesn't have a whole lot of options out there, but enough.
Yeah, you know what worries me a little bit is, like, if you, like, as a Jeeper, when we're all out there doing our thing, something breaks down. They have the tools, you have the tools, everybody kind of comes together. And I think that support for the Bronco initially is going to be not there because there's not going to be the parts and the tools, right?
Right.
So I think, you know, on top of that, I don't know some of us are coming from Jeeps over to Broncos to play around. I don't know where the other people are coming from and what their mentality are. They side by side guys. What are we going to have of this mixture when we're out with the Bronco guys? So, I mean, I think there's some of that because I love my Jeep people and I love being a Jeep person.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. I love the community, man.
Oh man, it's great. And I just don't see, from what I'm seeing on Instagram and what I'm seeing, I don't feel like the support is going towards the type of person. And I'm not picking on the people that are coming over from Jeeps to Broncos or the people that are coming from Toyotas to Broncos or just jumping on the, woohoo, I'm off-roading. But I'm not seeing it.
With it. I would definitely like to see it out on the trails, but I don't know if it's really the same kind of, like you said, the same kind of off-roading that you're going to get from the Jeep.
No, you're not.
So, I mean, I think it's two different worlds as far as the off-road community goes is with the Bronco versus the Jeep.
I think if you were looking at trails on a scale of 1 to 10, I think everything up to level 5, you're probably going to enjoy more in a Bronco than you would in a Jeep. And then I think after that, you're probably going to wish you were in a Jeep.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Tony?
To say. I mean, I think if people look at it right now, the way mine is, if they look at it at a leveled up 4Runner, straight from the factory, you didn't have to spend all that money and do all that cutting to get 35s on your 4Runner straight from the factory. You got this Bronco that's on 35. I think that's a great comparison for the way it is right now.
Okay. Well, I know a lot of people have hit me up about doing coyote swaps on this, and I'm just not in the R&D game, so I don't have any real way to do that yet. I would love to, and I'm very interested in figuring that out. So, and willing to sacrifice to the Bronco gods or the horsepower gods a brand new Bronco in efforts to get the coyote in this thing for people. I mean, I think mechanically we can fit it in there. We can do everything. It's the electronics side of it that makes it tricky. So,
and we'll probably Hemi swap it. It's probably just going to be that same formula.
Yeah.
And I had a great comment on one of my videos today of Rooster that said, "Why do you need 200 extra horsepower to crawl up that shelf?"
That's a silly question. I don't know who asked that question, but that person clearly does not get it.
Because it was 225 extra horsepower, sir.
Yeah.
And, I would like to take this opportunity to completely bitch about the speedometer and the instrument cluster. It is the most useless piece of shit I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
It has one needle. It has one needle on it. The tack is useless. I mean, it's like this bar off of this shitty 1970 Atari video game. I mean, I'm like, what in the hell? Whoever engineered the cockpit as far as controls, comfort, steering wheel, that guy gets gold star. Whoever did the dash was related to somebody important and got that job because they knew somebody. I'm telling you. Okay. It needs it's like an Atari joystick to change the controls on it. It's dumb.
Wow. Bummer.
Just wait.
If that doesn't set the tone for the opinions on this podcast, I don't know what does.
Wow.
What?
No, it's good, man.
That's
no,
awesome,
it's
though.
good.
Yeah,
I want to see some hypercritical stuff. I mean, I don't want it to all be roses with this thing. Inadvertently practiced. We thought those were complete full on. Those are going to be published episodes, and they just turned out to have problems. But as this goes on, we promise we're going to get better at it, and we'll go from like 8 people watching and listening to maybe a couple thousand one day. And honestly, I don't care if it ever does. I just have fun talking with people about off-road stuff. And that's what I think is going to be fun when we get the call-in stuff going on, is where we get this complete, Ryan is going to have to screen calls.
Oh,
somehow.
fun.
Yeah, he's going to have to screen them because I don't want any lunatics calling in talking about God knows what.